A lot of students would feel jittery as to what to do in the next 20 days. Now, here we are here to help you understand the basic pattern of the CAT question paper and how to go about in the next 20 days for your CAT. Okay, so the expected CAT pattern, what we can look at, that the CAT committee came up with a notification that they would reduce the number of questions. So CAT 2020 had 76 questions with 26 questions each in VA and in quantitative ability, and 24 questions in LRDI. Now, they coming up with a notification means there has to be a sizable chunk of reduction. So possibly what we estimate here is the number of questions would vary around 60 to 65 questions would be there, with around 20 to 22 questions per section. The order of the question paper would more or less be the same. VARC coming first, followed by LRDI, followed by QA. The sectional time limit of 40 minutes per section. Okay. Moving further. Now, the next 20 days, what we need to understand very specifically, like if we look at the last year's CAT 2020 results, 104 out of 228 marks. I'm saying +3 for a right answer, -1 for a wrong answer. 102 out of 228 gave a candidate 99 percentile. Now, when I'm looking at 102 marks as such, we are looking at 34 questions. So the first thing that all of us need to understand when we are going to prepare for CAT, the next 20 days to CAT, is I don't need to solve each and every question. I just need to get, like, let's say if I'm aiming for a 90 percentile, and looking at the last year paper pattern, had I solved somewhere around 27, 28 questions, I would have got a 90 percentile. If I wanted 95, I would have solved somewhere around 31 to 32 questions. I would have got a 95 percentile. And if I needed 99, I needed to solve 34 questions. So first things first, I don't need to solve each and every question in the paper. 50% of the questions, if I solve, I'm good to go. So a very, very important part of your test preparation in the next 20 days has to be test taking ability. So for that, one is intelligence, the other part is what we are talking about. I need to get used to taking the mock tests. So can I take 3 mock tests every week? Let's say a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday. 2 hours sitting at the same time on the time at which my actual CAT is scheduled. I sit for 2 hours and I take the test. My biological clock, my body is oriented to take the test at that particular point of time. So 40 minutes per section. In general, I'm solving 60 to 65 questions in a span, including the analysis part. I'm solving 60 to 65 questions on a daily basis. If you ask me personally, nothing more might be needed. Okay. If I'm looking at the other days, let's say a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, let's go with sectional tests. 40 minutes for English, 40 minutes for LRDI, 40 minutes for Forms. The most important part while we are taking the mocks and post the mock on these sections is get used to the timer. A lot of students over the years, what I have seen is looking at the timer, they are not able to solve questions. So the easiest part is getting used to the timer as if the timer does not exist in your examination. You roughly know by looking at the previous year's papers, you know how many questions you need to get right in order to get a particular percentile. The variation from year to year has been ±5%, not more. So ऐसा नहीं होगा कि अगर पिछले साल आपने 10 क्वेश्चन बनाए और आपको 90 परसेंटाइल आया, इस साल आपको 20 क्वेश्चन बनाने की जरूरत होगी. Paper का difficulty level will not change drastically. It would more or less be constant, and that is what we have seen over the last 5-6 years as well. Now, few very, very important things here. we need to rigorously analyze the mocks. Once I have taken the mocks or the sectional test, I need to rigorously analyze it. Okay, where were my mistakes? Specifically, silly mistakes. One. Second, I considered a particular topic my strength. Was I able to reach that question? Was I able to reach that question? One. And possibly if I got it wrong, why did I get it wrong? So the next 20 days, the primary thing is to focus on your strengths. One very, very important habit that all of you need to inculcate is to get into the habit of leaving questions. A topic that you have not been comfortable in the last 6 months of preparation or in the last 1 year of preparation, don't try attempting it in the in the final 2 hours of the CAT paper. That would be detrimental to you doing well. Absolutely not needed. So first we need to understand, I said 34 questions, 99%. Now, if my target was 99, I would have attempted somewhere around 45, 46 questions. 10 would go wrong. Still, I'm there at 34, I'm still there at 99%. So that has to be there. You need to fix up your targets. How much can I score? I let's say if my mock scores have been somewhere around, let's say 80, a realistic estimate of yours would be around 95 percentile in CAT. I should not be aiming for a 99. If it's 70, it would be around 85, 90. That will help me relax in the paper. If things have to go good, if the paper is easy, if things are good, you'll automatically find your mojo and you'll automatically be faster. So reaching that target of 99 might be there, but again, considering that if I'm a person who is continuously scoring 80, 99 on the final day, would not be a realistic target. 95 definitely yes. Now let's look at the individual sections, the VARC section. So if you look at the VARC section of last year, now considering 26 questions, if a student got a scaled score of 28, his percentile was 90. A +3 -1 marking scheme means you just need to get 10 questions right. Now, if I look at the possible VA pattern of CAT 2021, around 22 questions, okay? 15 questions on RCs, possibly 3 RC passages. Is that what we are talking in terms of? 4 to 5 questions on parajumbles and 2 to 3 summary type of questions. No grammar, no vocabulary. So should I be practicing any of these? Right now, the answer might be no, if my target is CAT specifically. Now, for RCs, I need to have great reading skills. And even if I look at parajumbles or summary type, good reading skills is something that will save my day. Now, so in the next 20 days, apart from going in for the sectional tests and the mock tests, what we need to specifically do is good reading. Now, when I say good reading, good sources, again, online only, would be the Hindu, the Indian Express, Eon Essays, and the Guardian. But in 1.5 hours, I'm reading different kinds of articles, a variety of articles. And while I'm reading online, let me focus on philosophy, literature, psychology, and an eclectic range of topics. The more variety I'll be able to read, the better it will be to get into my groove on the final day of CAT. Okay, with parajumbles, a lot of students say theta type of questions, they majorly get it wrong. Now, if it is easy, attempt it. If it is difficult, you know, while reading it, you know, you will not be able to solve it. There is no point wasting time on a theta type of question which you find difficult just because it does not have negative marking. You are losing the most important thing that is there during the examination is time. So even if it is a theta question, I find the parajumble, I am not me, I am, it does not give a comfortable feel in the first or the second instance, I'll simply leave it. Look, I just need 10 out of 22. I'll solve 14, 15 questions. They can be 3 RC passages. Okay, 10 minutes per RC passage is good enough. I'm left with 10 more minutes. 10 minutes for a VA section. I solved 3 to 4 questions. A good attempt of 17 to 18 is more than sufficient. Now, moving further to the DILR section. Now, if you look at the DILR section, last year, around 7 questions gave you a 90 percentile. How many sets do I need to solve? This year again, 20 to 22 questions, 4 to 5 sets might be there, 5 sets would be there. Some questions, some sets containing 4 questions, some sets containing 5 questions. What a possibility. I just need to crack 2 sets. Now, when I am saying I need to crack 2 sets, the most important question here would be, which set am I going to solve? If that is, because a difficult set, if you get stuck, it will consume your entire 40 minutes. That is not right. Now, what we need to understand is the DILR section, based whatever the questions are there, whatever sets are there, there is one more set. The 6th set possibly is you answering the question, which are the 2 sets I am going to solve? That is possibly the first question that you need to answer, and that is the question, that is the answer that you need to get it right. Because DILR 2 sets is what is needed, and if you are able to find that one set which you are comfortable with, it hardly takes 15 minutes for you to solve it. And if you get into a difficult set, 40 minutes is even less. So the most important thing with DILR is to choose the right set. Focus on arrangements, games and tournaments, route-based questions or network-based questions. Definitely be there. And get good with calculations, percentages. Should be at your fingertips. Multiplications, divisions, basic multiplication, basic division. If they are good, a DI-based question, a DI-based LR, you will save a lot of time. Calculators to be only used for difficult questions or difficult calculations, easy calculations. I need to be comfortable with that. What I think here is, if you are practicing a mock test or a sectional test on a daily basis, you are coming across 20 to 22 questions on a daily basis. And if you are able to solve 4 to 5 sets daily, nothing more or nothing extra is needed. Moving to the QA section. So last year, if you look, a sectional score of 23 got a student 90 percentile. That means 8 questions. Okay. And the best part last year was 13 questions out of 26 were based on arithmetic. So if a student had only studied arithmetic and studied arithmetic well, and I picked up those questions on arithmetic, I didn't look at even a single algebra question, I didn't look at a geometry question, I still would have scored a 99 plus percentile if I'd solved all the 13 out of 13 questions. Now, that is what is needed to figure out your strengths. I'm saying one of the topics that you need to master here would be arithmetic. Arithmetic should have somewhere around 9 to 10 questions, plus one more section. It can be an algebra, it can be a geometry, it can be numbers, either of these sections. So if you go with 2 sections which you feel you are strong at, your chances of faring poorly in the quant QA section is seriously low. So, and getting into the habit of choosing questions, like the first 5 questions are on algebra. I know the 6th question has to be arithmetic. So the first thing again here is to choose the questions that you would know you are comfortable with. So the next 20 days, you need to be very, very sure what your strengths are. Majorly online practice, majorly questions, getting used to the timer. On areas of strength, try practice different types of questions. Okay? A good manager is a person who knows his strength. CAT is technically testing your managerial aptitude. Here, if you look at the CAT paper, 60 to 65 questions, if I get 30 to 33 right with no negatives, I am with 99 percentile in the CAT paper. So around 30 to 33 would be what is needed to score a 99 percentile, nothing more. So best of luck for CAT. Do well. Thank you.